Hi, my name is Andrew Gallitzer. I'm a student at Drexel University from Hollywood, Florida. I went to Katz Yeshiva High School of South Florida, and I studied for a year in Israel in Eretz Hatzvi. I'm really excited to be at Drexel, and I'm studying engineering technology.
And my name is Elliot Dickman. I went to the Torah Academy of Bergen County for high school. I also spent a year at Eretz Hatzvi in Yeshiva, but now I am in my fourth year at Drexel studying digital media. So Andrew, we have just a few questions to answer today about the Jewish community on Drexel's campus. So let's get started with, let's talk about kosher food a little bit. What are the kosher dining options here on campus?
Right, so that's a number one question I get when I'm talking to prospective students. It's the same question I asked Elliot before I got here. So kosher food is really great at Drexel's campus. They are super accommodating. They not only have kosher food in the Hillel in the evenings where they heat up catered kosher food, which is pretty good, I have to say, but they also have options to buy food either from the marketplace. We have like a dining center marketplace, or it's like a small supermarket, like really small supermarket, but they do have like packaged kosher food there as well. And then also in the dining halls, like let's say you want to just get food in the main dining hall, you can ask for frozen meals, which is also a good option. And on top of that, they don't require you to have the full meal plan. If you'll talk to other colleges, a lot of colleges require freshmen to be on the full all-you-can-eat meal plan, but for kosher food, like you don't need breakfast at a kosher dining hall. Like we don't need it. We just have cereal or something. So they don't require, they exempt us from the full meal plan so we can have a cheaper and more fitting meal plan of 25 swipes and $200 dining dollars.
That sounds pretty great.
It is, yeah. I actually talk to them all the time about it, but it's pretty good. They're also really accommodating. Like I just was emailing management a few minutes ago, actually, about some requests to put in for the marketplace, and they just want to help. They just want to accommodate the Jewish students and make us feel welcome. So it's really good. Moving on to our next question, important thing to consider are minyanim. So Ellie, can you talk to us a little bit about the minyanim at Drexel?
Yeah, of course. So on Shabbos and Yontif, there are always a number of minyan options to choose from. There are typically minyanim on Friday night, both at Hillel and at Chabad. And on Shabbos day for Shachris, there is a minyan pretty much every week, as well as for Mincha, Mariv, Motzei Shabbos. During the week, there is a sporadic weekly minyan whenever everyone's around, because a lot of the time people have work because of co-op or early morning classes, so it can be hard to fit everyone's schedule together to get a weekday minyan going. But we try to do it whenever we can. We started doing it this year, and it was pretty successful, and it seems like we should keep going with that, so we probably will. There are also always minyanim at Penn for whenever we don't have a minyan, and Penn is just around the corner. It's not very far, so lots of minyan options to choose from.
Yeah, I was just at Penn. I go to Penn most of the time for Shachar in the morning, and it's a little early, 7:30. That's how they accommodate the schedules, but it's always an option, and it's less than a 15-minute walk from the dorms. So definitely something you can go to.
Yeah, for sure. So another thing that kind of ties into minyan a little bit, but is also very important for Jewish life in general, is Shabbos. And what is Shabbos like on campus, Andrew?
What is Shabbos? So Shabbos life on campus is pretty nice. Most of the time we do have people around, and there is this feeling of community both at Drexel and at Penn. It's really easy to walk over to either community. So frequently I'll either go to Drexel for one minyan, and then maybe the next minyan, if Drexel's not having a minyan, I'll be able to go to Penn and hang out with my friends over there and go there for lunch or go to Drexel for lunch, because seniors like yourself are always hosting meals and being very welcoming to new students. And also we have Friday night free dinner at the Hillel every Friday night, which is a Hillel Drexel thing. Other campuses don't necessarily have free dinners, so that's definitely a perk. And then also from the Orthodox Minyan group, the Orthodox club on campus that we're a part of, there's also Smash, we call it, which is Sudat, Sushi, Mincha, Arvit.
Shabbos, the first S.
Oh, it's Shabbos. It's Shabbos, Mincha, Arvit, Sudat Shlishi, and Havdalah. So we have that also in the afternoon, so you have this real feeling of community and everyone's around and people hang out, both at the Hillel and at the Chabad on campus, both at Drexel and at Penn. So it's really just so many options of where to go on Shabbos and so many places to either eat or hang out.
Yeah, and it is worth noting that the Eruv here goes around all of Drexel's campus and Penn's campus and also crosses over into downtown Philadelphia. So pretty much all of Drexel and Penn and Center City and South Philly is all under one big Eruv. So especially during like long summer Shabboses, people often will go visit friends who are in other parts of the city, or just even walk around. There's a lot to do on Shabbos even, so it's really great.
Yeah, Ellie, why don't you talk to us a little bit more about like more Chagim and Pesach and how that works out?
Yeah, so for every Chag there is stuff going on through both Hillel and Chabad. A lot of people tend to go home for Chagim. I know that I am normally home, but whenever I'm here, it's a really fantastic experience. Chabad especially has a lot of really great programming and learning opportunities on Chagim, and of course meals and minyanim. And a lot of the time, people will also go to Penn for Chagim specifically. I know that Simchas Torah this past year, the Drexel people all went to Penn, and there were actually more Drexel students at Hakafa at Penn than Penn students, which was pretty crazy to see.
Yeah, I was actually here for Pesach, and I was a little worried because it was my first time on campus. But there were actually two places, both the Hillel, or the building we're in right now, and the Chabad had kosher options for all the meals of Pesach, and they were giving away free food for anyone when they went to like the Pesach event. So there's always an opportunity for that on the Chagim.
Yeah. Andrew, would you tell us a little bit about all of the different learning options and opportunities and events and programming, all the wonderful Jewish learning stuff that we have here?
Sure. So it's actually pretty crazy because we're so close to Penn, and Drexel has its own Jewish community that we have so many Jewish organizations on campus. Starting off with the Hillel building we're in right now, which is a great resource, and they have a lot of just amazing activities and events like every single week, especially like related to Israel, Jewish learning, and just fun stuff to go to. But then down the block from Hillel, just down 34th that way, is the Chabad, which is another amazing place right on Drexel's campus, where they have Shabbos meals and they have weekly learning opportunities. Like today's a Tuesday, so there's dinner and discussion where we have basically
dinner
food
and discussion.
And we discuss the Parsha. But then there's also at Penn's campus another Chabad, another Hillel, also with amazing programming. In addition to that, there's a JLIC rabbi and his wife on campus. So JLIC, if you don't know what it is, you should go look it up. But it's an amazing organization that basically pairs Orthodox couples with campuses just to help them with Orthodox life on campus. And they also run events and Chagim, and they'll have you over for Shabboses, and there's great people to talk to. Regarding the learning, if you want to learn, it's there. And there's so many opportunities to learn on campus, whether in a Jewish fellowship, like one I'm just finishing now with Meor, another campus organization, or you can also learn on your own with opportunities in the Penn Beit Midrash or the Beit Midrash here in Drexel, or in the Chabad. They also have Sfarim. So it's really just an amazing opportunity to learn wherever you go. And then if you apply to the honors program, you can actually learn for credit by taking an independent study through the honors program at Drexel, like we both did. We just finished Chagiga and got 3 credits for it. So it's something that you can also look into. And then, there's also Parsha and Pizza.
How can you forget?
I almost forgot. That's one that Elliot ran last year or 2 years ago, and I picked up this year, where it's a student-run shir on the Parsha with pizza as well, so we all get free food. But yeah, if you want to learn, there's definitely opportunities and the resources to learn on campus at Drexel.
Yeah, there's probably enough learning programming going on that you can get learning and free dinner every night of the week.
Every night, especially with Penn. Penn's Beit Midrash always have guest speakers and different shirim on Gemara and Halacha and Tanakh, so always something to look for there. Now we'll move on to the next question. Really important to think about is dorming, and like where you're actually going to live, because for Judaism and Kosher it's also important. So Elliot, why don't you speak about that?
Yeah, so pretty much all of the dorm buildings here are very accommodating for Jewish students, but the most popular one is Van R, which is suite style dorming, which means that you pretty much live in a small apartment. There are 2 bedrooms and a common space and your own kitchen inside your dorm.
And your own bathroom.
And your own bathroom, which is a pretty great deal. And so if you request kosher housing when you sign up for Drexel,
Which you should do, just to make sure you're linked with a kosher roommate and you have a Van R dorm on the low floor. Because
Right.
some of my friends didn't do that, and they did get Van R because they put in a request, but then they were on a high floor and they had to walk down the stairs. So make sure you put in the request through the Hillel system. Sorry to interrupt.
yeah, thank you. But yeah, so if you opt for kosher housing, then you'll be placed on a Shabbos-friendly low floor of Van R with all other Jewish students who also keep kosher, which lets you have your own kosher kitchen. Shabbos and Yontiv is really easy. Everything is taken care of for you. And it's really a fantastic first year living experience.
Yeah, especially like I'm in Van R right now, and right next to me are the 2 other suites that also have the Jewish students. So we have like a little freshman community right there on the floor.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that covers most of the questions that we had. Andrew, let's just finish up. Tell me a little bit about why you chose Drexel.
So it definitely was a tough choice. As you know, I called Elliot when I was making the decision, and I asked him a ton of questions about it. So I'll pass on the favor. If anyone has questions, you can definitely reach out to me, and happy to answer any questions outside the video covered. But I think that on top of the Jewish community being just an amazing aspect of the campus and Jewish life in Drexel and Penn, I really like the curriculum. I chose it for the design and engineering curriculum. Westfall, the design school, is a really great school. And in addition to that, they have a co-op. So if you don't know about the co-op, then definitely look into Drexel a little bit more, because the co-op is basically a built-in internship that everyone at Drexel takes, so that as you're going through your plan of study, you also get hands-on work experience. So definitely look into that. But the main reason I chose Drexel, I have to say, was for the Jewish community, and I'm really happy that I did. It was definitely a good choice for me. Elliot, what about you? I mean,
Yeah.
you're graduating soon. I mean, why did you choose it all those years ago?
You pretty much took the words right out of my mouth. Drexel really has a fantastic, thriving Jewish community where you really get to be involved. Fantastic academic programs, and yeah, I'm having a great time here. Would recommend.
Yeah, so that's it for this quick video over here. Like I said before, if anyone has any questions, you can reach out to me, Elliot, or we could put you in touch with other people who may be better fit to answer those questions. All right, thank you guys so much, and good luck with making your decisions.